What's this? Suleiman Rahim here, Messenger of the Covenant. We got 7 seals. Brothers and sisters, we're at war. They declared war on us 500 years ago. Let me say it again. They declared war on us 20 years ago. They have not let up. Yet, how many people have collaborating with the enemy? Is it because they don't know they're the enemy? Because we are at war. War is not over. As long as there's one warrior standing, war is not over. As long as one warrior standing and fighting, Suleiman is the only warrior standing right now. Said he'd be alone. Everyone else is collaborating on some level, economically, spiritually, politically, emotionally, some level. They're collaborating. Oh, I got a mortgage. I got to take care of my mortgage. I take care of my marriage. I take care of my children. I excel in my job. I keep my job. What's Scripture say about that? It says, those who seek to save their lives will lose it. Those who seek to sacrifice their lives will gain it. I don't understand that. I'll understand in a minute. See, there's so many things happening, brothers and sisters. That's why it says, Son of Man, that he was amazed that there was no one to help. There's so much information, and he's only one person. And if you have to take and do everything literally, in other words, you're dealing with people that are on the level of children, it takes a long time to age because you have to spill everything out. See? But you can't say things and let them connect it. And so it's not possible for me to do that because I can't go in every presentation start from A to Z. I just can't do it. I say, okay, here's Z, here's Y, here's X. And next time I say here's B, here's F. And you have to put in a sequence to connect those things. They say, hey man, you didn't tell them about this. Okay, there's a million things to tell you about. I can't tell you about them in every presentation. I have to keep those things in my mind. I have to remember all this stuff. And it's much more information you realize. I told you a lot, and it's still a lot I have not told you. And so if you're dealing with children, every time you guys say A, B, C, D, do that. That's going to change in a minute. But here's like wire here, or it's right. It's just one aspect. It's one aspect of what's it's about. Because this goes into what motivation of false Israel is. That's their plan, right? That they have their play. To take over the Middle East. And I explained to you there's many facets to this plan because they need to aggressively do it because they know what's about to happen. But what the Christians about to do for us, Christians need also Israel to be there, be healthy and strong, keep us deceived as to who we are. until they can find a way to eradicate us. And there's all kinds of reasons why they need to eradicate us. Okay? And no one's, and they're doing everything they can to make sure you never come to understanding. Like so-called civil war. Civil war was not. Let me disinverse you of that idea. It was not about freeing you. Just read what Lincoln said. It was not about freeing you. It was about economics. They moved from an agricultural system to an industrial system. Okay? And industrial system, what does an industrial slave look like? Employees. They had this person that I started to show it. Maybe I will next time, right? He was explaining. And he was actually explaining, like I said, something I've been saying all the time. Actually, well, he does say it to some extent. Capitalism is slavery. Because his premise is that an employee cannot pay you what you deserve for what you produce. In other words, if you go out and produce, say for instance, you hire and you raising money. Just put it simple. You go out and you raise money for this. That's your job, to raise money. So you raise $1 million. So that was your efforts to raise $1 million, right? But he can't give you pay you $1 million because otherwise he don't make any profit. So you was able to raise $1 million, or he might give you 100,000. He might give you 100,000. That's exploitation. He can't pay you for what you produce. He can't pay you for what you produce. He can't do it. That's what capitalism is about. And capitalism is perfect form. It's slavery, total exploitation, giving you almost zero for what you produce. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. So, he was saying those type of things, and this is the devil. The thing is, excuse me. The thing is, the Civil War was not about freeing you. Civil War was about going to industrial age. You have agricultural age, which it's like farming. Basically, you have to produce food, or you got to have agricultural age. Basically, that's your sustenance, where you're eating or whatever. And industrial age is like machines and things that help you produce that. So they went from agricultural age to industrial age. They don't no longer need you in the fields anymore. See, and when like I said, I'm 24/7 here. So when they had you in the, it is that capitalism. They say, well, let's see if we can bring people over here and make them work for nothing. America became so rich. And they wanted to rewrite the history. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So that became so rich. They worked us death and paid us nothing. Just minimum amount to keep us going. What was that situation came about. The master said, okay, well, leave me fields anymore. You'll make money off of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and rent them out to the plantation, to the plants. Called them back then plants. The plants. So after that, the plants preferred to have the slaves because they would rent them out like maybe say $1 an hour. Right back then, where they was paying a devil $10 an hour. Second. They pay a devil $10 an hour. So we do the math. And get the slave to do it. He won't give me no lip. Work 24/7, work hard as hell. Slave, right? That's what was ass. And I only got paid $1 an hour. I saved, see? And so that's what was happening. That's what Master was doing. So as a result of that, that means that was hurting the economy, right? But the devil's because now they had to compete with that slave labor. So we can't compete with that. Can't compete with that. Can't compete with that. So as a result, they try to come with some kind of compromise. And these are facts. These things you can look up, but you're not going to look them up because you compromised. You're not going to look this stuff, but you're not compromised. All this information is available to you. Like Lincoln didn't love you. He said he didn't love you. Because you're not equal to him. They try to make you think equal to some kind of Abraham, some kind of, you love niggas. You didn't. So the thing is that they try to make compromise, and basically they says, okay, remember during this time they were still moving west, taking over the western states, western part of the country rather, and wasn't states yet. And they said, okay, we try to compromise with the South, because South, but remember, well, I shouldn't even say the South. I should just say slave owners, because they make you think slave was only in the South. That's bullshit. Slave was in the North too. Harriet Tubman, famous, the person that's most notable as far as, slave is concerned, was slave in New York. Wall Street was a slave trading center. They call it Wall Street because that's what they called it back then. It was a wall where they sold slaves at. They had more slaves on the wall, and it was slave selling center, a major one. That's why they call it Wall Street. You can look these things up, brothers and sisters. You have to take my word for it. See? So they make you think, the South was only one slavery. Oh, it's slave all over the country. And we're going to go into that a little more in a minute. Adjustment here. They lie to you. They try to turn everything, their sins, into a virtue. But that's what it was about. Slavery was about. So what was it? Not about freeing you. It's about stopping the competition against slave labor. The South would not relent. They said, no, they're trying to make agreements. So, okay, we're not going to have slavery in the western part of the states. We start building, we start moving west, taking over the country, and we just won't have slavery there. And the South said, no, hell with that. We have slavery anywhere we want to. And certain events happened, and I think Fort Sumter, they fired on it, that started the war and so forth. It was never about freeing you. It was about slave labor competing. Because all the things they promise you to get you to help fight, the thing is they needed. The North got in the problem because they was running out of men to fight. And so they offered the slaves so-called emancipation, that if you help we'll free you, you help fight the war. So thousands, tens of thousands did. They was able to defeat the South. As a result of that, it turned out to be the southern and northern states, right? Like I said, you had slavery in the north, you had plantation in the north. But primarily, it broke down to north and south because north was primarily upset with competing against slave labor. So when it was over, right, and you can check these things out, brothers and sisters, because they're there, you didn't get the 40 acres and the mule. And on top of that, they threw most of the soldiers, this was North students now, in concentration camps. That was so bad that the soldiers begged to be put back into slavery on the plantations. That's how bad the concentration camps were. So that's a true history. But see, I'm gonna spend a little time here today, Bill. It's just if issues here. Um, I explained, right? Suleiman decides there was no one making him do this. No one's making him do this. No one told me he had to do it. Because who could tell him? No one knew the angel, but no one could unlock those seals with him. So he decided, hey man, I'm just gonna leave here, man. You're gonna be in dire trouble. Because that's the only light that exists. He leave you in total darkness, but you will not come out of it. Hold on. It's been some week, brothers and sisters. Tell you, boy. Ooh, I told you some of the things were going on this week. You wouldn't believe it. Say Suleiman, nobody wanted to do it but him. He didn't want to do it either. He stepped up. No one wanted to do this. Now I can sympathize with that. No one wants to do this. So you don't understand. Understand all. What was I saying? The devils are motivated by money, not about civil rights and those things, right? And we're going to talk about that in a minute. And as a result of that, they came out of the dark. This is the problem. It's just so much the way to come at this. Just like it's a information war. It's an information war. It's like Suleiman is battling against billions of people. It's like, it's one person, and you're on the battlefield, there's a billion other people on the battlefield opposing you, and you got to deal with that. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Because the information you've been bombarded with, everything's a total lie. You're in total darkness, you don't know it. You're in total darkness. And those who have some knowledge of the angel only have knowledge. They have no wisdom. They have no understanding. There's knowledge. Knowledge, a computer has knowledge. But information, that's knowledge. Knowing something. But applying it, right, that's the wisdom. Understanding the whole racial side of it, the comprehensive understanding. As Solomon said, get knowledge and get wisdom, but not like get understanding. Because you can have the wisdom why you understand why you're doing what you're doing. See? And so you've been hit with the brain, like I said, the brain just calculates. Those brain calculates too. I mean, that's what brains do. Just because you're the devil, you got muscles do it, they strengthen this. And devils got muscles, and their muscles act the same way our muscles work. Ours may be stronger than theirs, but theirs work the same way ours work. Females' muscles work the same way males' muscles work. Their brain works the same way. Maybe weaker brain, but still work the same way. Yes, some computers are more powerful than others. They still work the same way. They can process a little faster or process more, but they still process the same way. So therefore, if the brain processes information, what information does it process? It's like a calculator. It only can process information you give to it. Computers only process information you give to it, period. And so the outcome is going to be based on income. So if you give bad information, you're going to get a bad outcome, bad decisions. And they understand that. Okay? So therefore, they got to control the information that you get to get a certain result. Because if they told you the truth of what they did, right, then if that doesn't call for vengeance, they ought to get rid of the word vengeance. But vengeance is just a consequence. Vengeance is just another word for consequence. See? When humans do consequence, right, well, they call it vengeance. You understand these words. So therefore, they tell you should not have a consequence for what they did to you. Okay, you see how simple it is? They tell you should not have a consequence, or you should not take vengeance. Oh, hey, master, forgive him. Wait a minute. They don't do it. Jesus said he wasn't going to do that. In fact, it tells you that he's going to judge them for what they did to you. So therefore, he's not forgiving them. And on top of that, he says, do unto them double as he's done to you. So he's not telling you to forgive them. He's telling you to take revenge. The day of the Lord, the day of vengeance. See, they telling you all backwards. And the only thing they're doing is just bottling up vengeance. They're damming it up. They're damming up consequence. I can tell you, you cannot stop consequence. You can only dam it up until it breaks, and then therefore it comes through as a flood. It comes through as a flood. That's where it's come on America. Because first of all, they got the consequence all dammed up inside of you because they tell you, and you sit around and you're going for it, that you should not take revenge on what they did to you. You should not do consequence. That goes against everything in nature because every action has an opposite equal reaction. They tell you that. They're trying to prevent the reaction. The equal reaction. They're trying to prevent it. As they tell you, oh, love, and they got these movies, crazy movies, right? Where everybody love everybody. All of a sudden, all black folks, they got these, they live in these big mansions. I mean, their bathroom is bigger than my whole house. Doing $1 billion deals and all this kind of stuff, right? Mixed marriage and all that. All this is designed to keep you pacified, to keep you from taking vengeance. They know you're going to take it eventually, but they're going to dam it up and hope. And they know if you stay alive and put it that way, you would take it eventually. So the object is to get rid of you, so you can't take vengeance. There will be no consequences. At least that's what they think. It's don't work that way, but that's what they think. So therefore, the way it is that they control the information that will give you, right, the rationale for consequence, for revenge. Because if someone takes and kills your mom and dad and your whole family, right, and you don't know that they did it, and now they approach you as a friend and be helpful and everything else, but you wouldn't. But if you find out that they did that, then you have a whole different attitude towards them. They got to control the information. That's what it's all about. Control information. And at the core of it is the church. The church was the core of it. Because the church, right, is this information. What I told you, the base of this reality is the sealed Bible. That's religion. So therefore, the sealed Bible, that information, the way it's constructed in the sealed Bible, that information keeps you under control. It keeps them in power. It keeps you as the bottom, and Satan being the bottom, right? You're Ham. You're for the nation. You're doomed to be a slave forever. This sealed Bible stuff, and so therefore they got to make sure that's the purpose. And so that's what the preachers, they're there to reinforce that. They're not there, right, to enrich you and to save your soul and all that stuff. They're there to keep information, right, that you get, so you will not, right, take consequence, revenge. In fact, They have you beating yourself. Exactly what they're doing. That's what it says in Mark. You're actually beating yourself because the information that they're giving you is against you. You hate yourself, hate your own people, and you loving them. Because that's the information they give you because they do not want you to retaliate. That's the way the brain works. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. The idea is to control the information. You do this all, I don't know about you, this all, but I was just going to go on 24/7 and I can. Be controlled, brothers and sisters. That's the idea, brothers and sisters. You understand? They control the information. Right now, you've been bombarded. So they're telling you, oh, slavery, of course it was, but no, it was not. So therefore, you think, oh, did they repented? They love you now. No, it was not about it. But as soon as it was over, they started guilds, apprenticeships, unions, all those different things that keep you job market. Didn't get 40 acres and a mule either. We're going to talk more about that in this presentation, about this information. So therefore, and it's a war. So the point is, where you have to count. Let me go back and say something again. Preachers, remember, this is, I know you don't understand this. The realities that we deal with comes out of the mind. Everything here you see came out of mind. Period. No, Jesus come down, no magic wand, or you wake up in the morning, give us calculators and all that kind of stuff. You know, they grew up a tree. Came out of somebody's mind. And the mind that we get is based on, that's why we have scripture. Scripture is the mind you need for any particular period of time. The mind of 1,500 years ago was the Quran. That mind is no value now. Person will say, well, it's neat. No, well, the value of it, right, is that we can use it for the second pillar of Islam for reciting. Now, I'm not going into the details about it. Other for that, as far as guidance, it's not there. Because it was a mind 1,500 years ago, and if you had that mind, you were successful. But now the new mind is a sealed Bible for the last 500 years. And the new mind now is Injil. That was the mind. That mind had us in subjection. Had women under being oppressed and so forth, so on, as did the Quran, as far as women is concerned. So we had a mind. That's where the mind comes from. So that was the information that was fed, because that was the mind for the last 500 years. It's an energy deprivation and all those different things, right? That's the mind you needed. That mind required us to be submissive to Adam. Listen to master, obey master, so forth. Yes, we use that to our advantage. I'm not sure how much. I don't know how much I'm getting into that. I'm going to talk about a little bit about a little different spectrum in a minute. It's the mind. That's it, brothers and sisters. I know you don't understand that. Mind is the scripture, that particular period of time. What scripture is driving the world? Not the Hindu scripture, not Buddhist scripture, sealed Bible scripture. At least up to 2020. (1619 to 2019), 400 years. So now, so therefore, Since that's it, and that's where the battle would be, because you would have the warriors, those will be manning weapons, right, which is information, because that's what the war is. So if it's more powerful than time bombs or whatever, because information you give people go determine what they're going to do. And if you can control information, you control the people. More better than just blowing them up, because you can use them for your advantage, unless you need to blow them up. So that's the weapon. So therefore, your soldiers, your generals, right, your top officials, top warriors, will be in control of that information. And that's these mega churches and carrying on. Those people are not, if you say so, they're actually agents of the government to keep that information, keep hitting you with that information, because those are weapons. Information is weapons. They use it against you to keep your mind under control, keep your brain under control, keep you under control. So they tell, oh, yeah, false Israel. They tell these things, because when somebody step out of line, he gets killed. Martin Luther King stepped out of line, talking about the promised land, and he was dead the next day. Don't talk about that. Because the agents, right, agents, they're the ones control. They're actually agents. These guys, Hagen, all those guys, they're government agents, not what you can call preachers. You got storefront preaching and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm talking these guys, those guys are there, get plenty of money and everything else. Make sure, but that's where the war is. Now the media, that's secondary. They follow orders from. That's like the soldiers, right? Yeah, they follow orders from the generals, who are the preachers. They say what they say. What they want them to say. They don't say they get lost. They get thrown out of there. You understand the structure? Those guys are not out there to save your soul. Out there, they're actually FBI agents, CIA agents, NASA agents. Because religion is, the whole thing is based on religion, sealed Bible. So that's where the generals and everything else, the war plans are made there. That's what has to be there. At the Pentagon. Pentagon is just a military force. It's not an ideological force. It's controlling America. Christianity is the main force in America, not politics. Religion. So that primary, the top soldiers, everything, right? The generals, that's the ones in control of it. Everything else, the media, military, all that stuff, stems from that. Understand that. So the thing is the thing is that if it's the battle, the opposing battle has to be on the same level. Or you fight pressure with pressure. That's the only thing you can fight pressure with is pressure. So you have to come with a greater pressure to defeat lower pressure. So, for instance, if you take and you got little balloons, and when you blow the balloon, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, if you put it in water, you do that, you're displacing the water. It means you put greater pressure in the balloon than the water, and so the water's going to move, so the balloon can have more space as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It starts out like a little, and then it keeps going. If you want to blow more air into it. That's what Suleiman's all about. That's what the engine all about. It's their information. They got to flush, they got to stop it, flush it out, press it, whatever, mute it. Because that information goes into the brain as a counter information. So you got the brain at war with each other. Okay? War with itself. Because getting information is getting counter information. So which one's going to prevail? Understand, brothers and sisters? what the war is. It is just high pressure. Getting greater and greater every day. It's high. It's getting a whole different context, a whole different thing. What they're telling you. Give you another different scenario. You can't say what's true or false. You have to say it's timely. Because it is the information, the new mind, new realities come in. Makes it more powerful. But now spring coming in, so now you get the information of the spring. And the winter's going to stop everything stop because their powers in the winter with ice and snow and like stuff. Now, as soon as the winter comes, summer, spring comes in. Oprah, Injil, there was your millions and billions. Snow, it's going to melt in a minute. Understand that, brothers and sisters. So they can see you. Because you have to ask yourself, what does the slave look like in the Industrial Revolution? Well, please. But now we move to AI age, and then we say, okay, what does that mean? Mm-mm-mm. So they didn't need you anymore, and so therefore, and they had the war and lock you out. So then, all those things you lost all those talents, call them talents, and so you end up impoverished, ghettos, on welfare or whatever. But you was told you was fully employed when you was in the fields. You had total employment. There was no unemployed slaves. All of a sudden now you're unemployed. You're on chain gangs. You're in jail. In your prison. They don't need you anymore out in the fields. They got to find ways to get rid of you. That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. And now when you go to AI age, they only got two choices, brothers and sisters, in AI age. This is what they're not telling you. You need to understand this. You're going to understand in a minute. It's two things. It's two options they got. They got to either get rid of you totally or cyborg you. Meaning have to turn you into a machine. They would have the technology to do it. You don't understand it. Because AI is dangerous. What I just told you, because AI just calculates. So they get AI to the knowledge of the truth. Then America will become bad because they'd have to teach AI to lie. So that's very difficult to do because you have to, of every circumstance, which gets illogical and AI based on logic. So the thing is, if you say, okay, how was America established? Genocide, murder, rape, so forth and so on. I said, well, how, was America a good country? Hell no. That AI would say, hell no, man, it's evil, wicked. Because that's the result. They know the true history. So they got to give it a counter history. That there wasn't, that's devoid of slavery, and devoid of genocide, taking this land after. And one of the things, you constant reminders have to get rid of you totally. Or turn you into cyborg, but they have to control the information and history. Control history. That's the only way I work, because otherwise, all you're going to do is run the problem. When people say, hey, man, it was American country, say, hell no, man, boom. Because that's going to tell you what some information it gets. So they have to control information. They have to rewrite all the information. They have to say, rewrite history and everything. So when AI gets hold to it, it's going to say a whole sanitized version, which is going to tell what gets them to say, well, yeah, America's a good country, so forth, so on. That's a problem they have. It's a great dilemma they have. You don't know about it. The solution is they got to get rid of us. So I'm gonna get to. Let's just say this, bro. Says, thing is that false Israel is only there to keep us deceived. We got a Christian from there because Christians hate the Jews and Jews hate them. They've been at it way for 1,000 years. It stopped at this point in time because our mind came on the scene and said, we're the truth of Abraham. We got the credentials and everything else, proof. So it's a false Israel. False Israel, they was at each other's throats only a second ago. And they still at each other's throats, but they need them to keep us down. And for a reason I'm going to show you in a minute. But now false Israel knows this, that once they take care of us, they're going to come after them. So they're in a rush to put themselves in a position where America can do that. What is that? To take over the police, take over the oil. America, they got America. Anyway, this is the plan. Video, and I take it out because it was giving me problems. Take out the rack. Took out Syria. Lebanon on deathbed. Libya going. Somalia, right? On what you say about Somalia, right? Just watch. Okay. Sudan. We're going. And the last one, it's not an Arab country. That's the one that has the power. At least they have to take them out. So Arabia wants, then they can take. But they didn't mention House of Saudi. They won't mention that because they mentioned that. Remember, this was made public. They have a problem. And Islamic community found there was a process to take a. So I don't think there's a Muslim in the world that wouldn't be go there. But you mess with Mecca now. They can't mess that, even though that's their primary target after man. This is where the promised land says, right in Arabia. So that's where the return to truth to Abraham. They return to Palestine. But to legitimize their claim, they need to take Saudi Arabia. That's the problem. And it's stopping them. Just using the Arabs, right? It's just holding them back. I said they would be a junkie of a man, foolish. That's what's going on, bro. I said, so this is the ultimate goal. When if they achieve this, they got America by the nuclear power. Understand, bro? He had race to accomplish this before this side. They've decided. They determine what they're going to do to us. Eradicate us. Go into the river. And that means, if you understand that means go into a war. Where to decimate black community, especially black men. Do some ones. Okay, let's talk about a few things here, sisters. Reparations. America's under judgment. Now they claim, hey, we had nothing to do. No, no, no. When you read Abraham Covenant, the vision, and reward, it clearly states that God was going to judge this nation, not individuals, not George Watch, this nation. So if he's judging this nation at the time, it shows up. That means everybody in the nation is on alert. He's going to judge the nation. They can say, oh, my father. Well, no. Okay, you want to say your fathers did all this and everything, but you're taking the benefit of your fathers did. You. Whoa, I can continue because I'm. Let's go judge the nation of individuals. They try to get around it. Oh, man, my father did. Well, how come you don't receive stolen property? How come you don't get it back? See? But you're a liar. And we're going to talk about this more in a minute. The point is that you just as guilty as your fathers. Like he had something left. Return everything. You receive golden good, stolen goods. You're not stolen, or do you? Because look at the information you're getting. You get the same information we're getting. It has two different aspects to it. It has the aspect on their side, aspect on our side, and aspects against ourselves. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. I had a thought here, but you understand? They said they're going to judge this nation, wrath upon this nation. We'll talk more in detail about it in a minute when I get to the gun here. So sometimes reparation, well, first of all, I will not accept your reparation because there's no amount of money in this planet, this universe, I will accept for you to rape my mama. The other side of reparations, right, is scam to get God off their back. Explain it. I said, here you go. You've been paying money on this BMW. Right? Yeah, finally got it paid off. So you go in, you collect, and a slick salesman, Farrakhan, hey man, you sure you want that BMW? Man, that's expensive, man. Excuse me. That's expensive. Man, the maintenance on that and insurance and everything else, man. And you didn't pay for it, right? So he says, well, look, man, I got a nice Nissan over here, man. Maxima, and man, look, man, this swinging, man. You know, it's. You got all this maintenance costs, insurance, everything else, man, and it's guaranteed to run just as good as that BMW. So you go in and say, okay, yeah, man, maybe you're right. There's a lot of maintenance and got to get the ride, all that kind of stuff. You take that. Then you go home, your wife kick your ass, say, hey, man, what you that for? Are you stupid? You pay for BMW. And you try to explain, say, no, man, you see? Now you go to the judge and say, hey, judge, you go back and say, well, hey, man, no. You took you signed on in the Nissan. So you stuck with that. Then you said, well, I'm going to sue you. So go to the judge. Just say, hey, did you sign the papers? Yeah. What the hell are you here for? You accept the payment, right, for something else. So now you stuck with it. That's the same thing. Because if you accept money, they're trying to get you accept money, which is not theirs anyway. Then you get them off the hook of the judgment. Because for all the things they did to you, you accept money for it. So therefore, there's no sense of judging because you accept something. You accept it. That's the consequence. You accept it. You said that, okay, I accept that. That for what you did to me. So what's God going to judge him? You took that payment. But the problem with that is they have to have everyone on board. They got to deal with Suleiman on that one because he's not going to go for it. They have to have everyone on board. Farrakhan already said he's on board. Everybody's on board. Because if one person resists, then God will still punish them for that sake of that one person. But they get everybody on board, and then they sell out. Then God come. Then when, and then you can't call the God and say, "Hey, you set payment for this? My hands are clean," because God does spec contracts. So that's what's the idea of reparations. And plus, these so-called slick black lawyers, Negro butts, they want it as a suit, but they can take 1/3 or whatever you get. They'd be instant trillionaires or whatever. Let's move on to the next one. Sunnism. Now, Sunnism didn't exist. How much time? Oh, it's just Islam. Now, Sunnism is a branch that came about, I think, with what's his name? Lee, I think his name was, or whatever. He's supposed to succeed after the Prophet Muhammad, if I got it right. And you had a group of people agree with that. Sunnis, they wanted someone else. There was someone else to do it, so they got killed. And the Shia says, no, we want to stick with what the Prophet Muhammad said. He said 9% of his people were doomed for destruction. He said he wouldn't know them, they wouldn't know him. That's what he said about Sunnism. The thing about Sunnism is, these are Arabs, primarily. People have adopted it. But they went to Africa and they stole everything they could. But the thing is they were slaves too. They were slaves, and they was really vicious slaves against blacks. People that. And Sunnis, remember, these Arabs, these people are half brother. They hate us. They hated us. The Esau does. Hate us. So they would capture black slaves and they castrate them. So you saw these movies, you see the black guy, and he's in the women's quarters. Yeah, because he's castrated and he's looking out. They do. They were slaves and they did all kinds of slavery stuff. Look at evil people. It's Ishmael, the jinn. I'm going to keep it short because you understand? They hate us. They hate us. They started being black. I was black. I proved it. He's a black man. They lightened their skin. Stories about that. That's the trying to get you to go with Sunni. Oh man, we had prayer with them there. Muhammad did no such thing. They have made daily prayers, even weekly prayers. I'm trying to get you to. Oh man. Let's get with the Sunnis. We ain't let them in this temple. Sunnis. Excuse me, sisters. So they hate you. You see them in the street, Islamic, they look at you like you're poison or something. And they say something, excuse me. Not only did they had slave trade going. Yeah, they took over our countries, area, those different. Yeah. Stole all kinds of evil things. They will not last another year. You're breaking the power of the whole people. They hate you. They have our land. They're paying Farrakhan, and this is fact. They're paying Farrakhan money to stop him from talking to that homeland. But they're all working together to stop this. But then Elijah will not be the one. So he's on the field. He's got the most powerful weapon there is. A war. They can't stop. It's on the battlefield. And they're going to attack us. They've already been attacking us already. They saw us in, it says it. They saw us, they sold us out, they betrayed us, took our lands, because we were living in what you call Morocco and I think Algiers, those countries on North West Africa. They're Arab countries. That's where Moors came out of. They were black. They betrayed us, took our lands. We're going to deal with them. See, it gets very complicated. Try to deal with this the best way I can. But see, the pressures that's on the planet right now. Great. Every 50 years, the mentors in heaven and earth coming both sides. That means the energy wave comes, it's invigorating the earth. You're going to realize in a minute, it puts great pressure on the planet. Pressure increases. Pressure increases every 50 years up to now. It's going to increase on this and increase again. See? That pressure is more energy. Earth's a certain size. The more energy you get, it's like turning up the heat. The more things going to move around. Weaker things move around faster. Keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. Yeah, son of perdition. Farrakhan. This is a very simple thing, brothers and sisters. I just said, as soon as you go to Hadith to find out, reparations, come on. How much money can it take to wrap your mama? And son of perdition said he would set Elijah's seat. He set Elijah's seat. And his stuff was God. Son of perdition. His father, that's Farrakhan. His father, devil. He admits his father. Now they say, well, Jamaica, well, you assume Jamaicans black people? No. He has all kinds of people there. And the guy was ruling for a long time was the devil anyway. Maybe one now. It's Farrakhan, son of perdition. He would reign 42 years, then be destroyed. Who Lord was a consuming spirit's mouth, destroy. Said destroy means his whole family wiped out, his whole seed, everything. When he destroyed, said use the word destroy, not break, and not dishonor, said destroy. Son of perdition, that's what Farrakhan. It's very simple. See, when you always your father, you always see this. See, don't come from the mother, from the father. The father, can a demon produce other than a demon? And the devil produce other than a devil? See what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? Esau and Jacob. So I hated Jacob. I hated Esau, but I loved Jacob. Now this fool, Sunday said, oh, Jacob was Yaqub. So in other words, he hated Yaqub, but he loved Esau. You don't know who Esau is. Well, so anything. Esau is Jacob's twin brother. Who's Jacob? They said, well, that's Jacob's Yaqub. Well, right on. I have to cut it short, bro. Ooh, this is catching up to me. I needed to take a break. Anyway, Esau represents Africa. It didn't go to the hard cost. It remained there. Gentiles, but the Levites. Obama is the chief. He's Esau. He's the chief demon. That's what a demon is. Excuse me. Here's what I just said, bro. So I think about something else. Esau. I'm just Esau. Or Gog, because Gog is not only America, but it's also anyone that's leading America. But they're against us too. I'll tell you that in a minute. So let me see what. Here. I'm trying to get you to understand basic concepts, brothers and sisters. Capitalism is slavery. That's it. No ifs, ands about it. Capitalism is slavery. Slavery is the best form of slavery because you make them well, giving you and you less than what you're worth. That's how they make a profit. And the guy goes out and make $1 million for you. You're not going to pay him $1 million. Pay maybe $50, $100, maybe $1,000, maybe $10,000. But the point is, you don't give all of it because you got to exploit the person to work. Or from them, and then you give it. You have to know is they produce, but you take more from them than they produce. So if they produce $1,000 a day, you only pay them for a day. So it's exploitation because that's the work they did, but you're not paying them equal for what they do. Capitalism. When I have that predatory system, we go. I do. And then what? This slavery by definition. Christianity is justification for it. Remember, the sealed Bible is justification for slavery. Because we was doomed to be slaves forever. Justification for it. Yeah. Christian's word. Democracy is the census. It's consensus. That means it's the majority of the people. It means whatever government does, they're responsible for because they voted in the government. That's why judgment, that's another reason why judgment would take everybody because, you know what I'm saying? It's democracy. So you're guilty of whatever your country does. It says, I'm going to judge that nation. You're guilty because that's consensus democracy. So capitalism is slavery. Christianity is justification of it. And democracy is consensus. You live along with it. Your brothers and sisters. Okay, brothers and sisters, hold on a second here. As I was saying, that's what that really means, brothers and sisters. I mean, that's that analogy. That's what capitalism is, slavery. It's exploitation. These systems that they set up, and you buy into them. Hold on. These systems you buy into, and I'm a capitalist, and you love democracy and Christianity. That's exactly this system. It's just a whole to keep for them. This system that was adopted for adding control for the last 500 years. Capitalism is slavery. That's system, the economic system. Christian religion is justification. Still Bible. Christianity is justification for it because that's what they use. Justify it. Democracy is consensus. That means everybody had to be on board because democracy is consistent. That means everybody's on board with it. Majority of the people. When they tell you, "Oh man, we had nothing to do with it," the North is more popular. There's more people in the North voting. Slaves wasn't voting in the North. That was in the South. So if they didn't want slavery, they didn't want capitalism, they could have voted it down. They wanted it. They was on board with it. That's the truth of it, not the bullshit they trying to tell you. Remember, they give you information to get you not retaliate. They tell you, "Oh, but that's the truth of it." This whole system is designed to keep you to control and to get rich off of you, right? And to keep you under their thumb. All kinds of reasons. First of all, your creativity, everything. Because you're the gold and silver that made this country rich. Not going into detail about that, brothers and sisters, but I tell you, in Egypt, once the gold and silver was taken, what word they use? That word they use, right? Anyway, bankrupt the country, basically. Right? Okay. Look at this. But their Lord is near for all the nations. All the nations are complicit. Because by your seed, all the nations be blessed. What do you mean? But all of them took advantage of you. That's how he was blessed. All of them, everyone. Yes, if you have done, it should be done to you. It's not telling you to forgive, turn the other cheek. It's telling you, as you have done, it should be done to you. So figure out what they've done to us. That's what we're going to do to them. Your deals will be turned on your own head. All what they've done is going to be turned back against them, backfire. But just as you drink on my holy mountain, with holy mountain, right? All nations will drink continually. They will drink till the last drop. It comes as it had never come as if never, like you never existed before. That's going to be. But on Mount Zion, there'll be those who escape. I explained that. And it will be holy, and the house of Jacob will be possessed their property. See, this gets into, let me explain it a little bit, brothers and sisters. Except consequence. Now, everything these Europeans have, especially America, they got from stealing from people. They stole land, they stole our labor, and ingenuity, everything they got. But they're still doing, still from Africa, every place else. So the point is, when you produce something, it may take some energy to blink your eye, to go to the bathroom, everything. Energy. But this energy is over and beyond what energy they had, because they came out of dark age with nothing. Chapter 20, they try to test the future. No, that's the past. And they took from everybody. That means what they produce, they're producing it from stolen energy. Energy that they stole. Whatever they produce will be stolen and belong to the people they stole energy from. Think about that. If they steal energy, they take energy, more energy they're supposed to take from other people, then the consequence is they have to return energy to other people. Return it. If they stole it, they stole $1 million and go to $1 million house, then they converted to something else, but still $1 million worth $1 million. So that person they get the house. They might get the money, they get the house. It's still worth $1 million. But they converted it. They convert the energy, but still the value of it, they still will have to get. You understand? So the thing is that you say you take energy for everything. So take energy, but to reproduce yourself. Energy produce sperm. So where are you getting energy from? It's stolen energy. It's stolen energy. Remember I said you turn it into another form, it still belongs to who you stole it from. If you change energy to another form, it still belongs to people you stole it from. So you take energy you stole for $1 million, you stole $1 million, but you convert it into a house. Well, it belongs to the people that you stole $1 million from. Now they get in the form of a house that you convert it to. You understand? So what happened is that during Holocaust, we had, no, back up here. What happened is they were stealing energy from the earth. All the thing they got is stolen. So that means the energy they produce belongs to other people. So that if energy comes in the form of sperm, it belongs to other people. And that sperm turns into an egg. I mean, it gets fertilized egg and produces something that's stolen energy. That whatever, everything is energy. That's stolen energy. Therefore, these people belong. Their seed that they produce from stolen energy belongs to the people they stole it from. That's what it's talking about. That's what it said. They captured all the lands. And that's what it's talking about here. The house of Jacob will fire, and the house of Jacob will possess their property. See? Because that's right. And the house of Jacob will be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, but the house of Esau will be stubble, and they will set on fire, consume them, so there will be no survivor of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken. You understand? So that means Esau is going to be totally eradicated. Who's Esau? I told you Esau. Esau are brothers, black brothers. They betrayed us too. Because we got two brothers. We got Ishmael, who says the land belongs to them, the religion belongs to them, our land belongs to them, they stole it all. Yeah, Esau said, no, the kingdom belongs to me. I'm the oldest. I'm Lucifer. I should be ruled, not Michael. Look here. See, now here, identified a lot of people that you didn't know who they were before. Identify a lot more. That for who Esau is. That for who Hades is. Ishmael is, the jinn. Medes, get this. Magog. Demons of addition. Archon. False Israel. Cain, who slew his brother Abel, which represents Syria, that's a signal. Everything's about to break loose. Magog, American Britain. These people are. Jinn, Ishmael. The jinn, the dragon. Fused to rich Adam. He's death, Hades. See, brothers and sisters? You got Master Muhammad, Mahdi, and you got the Christ. I'm just showing this, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to get a brief understanding of what's going on here. And see, over on the left, that's the Caucasian nations. Then you got the Oriental nations, then you got the brown nations, you got the black nations. That's Africa, India, and so forth. And you got us to go, but we stuck in amongst the white nation. See, as you put things under pressure, they move around faster and faster and faster. Temperature increases. So you see the Caucasians move around the fastest. That's next. Then India, that's the goat and Daniel, and then comes the goat. They eradicate America. What's going on there? We stuck amongst the Caucasian nation. Guys divided. They fighting all the time because of pressure. See, because they're the weakest, they move around faster. And the pressure situation is mass times acceleration equals force. Everybody has equal force. So it determines your mass acceleration, right? You see, the force is mass times acceleration. So the more acceleration you got, the less mass you will have. The more mass you have, the less acceleration. So you see the Caucasians, since they have less mass, It's simpler gene code. More much faster. Is it colliding there? Or is it war? You understand, brothers and sisters? Once yellow ones, they almost, but they're not quite. They move around, but they're not warlike as the or you right, and blue African nations, right? They divided, move around a little bit, got heavier. We stuck amongst the devils. And so the short here is the devils, right? Pressure's too great. They're being crushed out of existence. Pressure's too great for them. Too great. What's happening now? They be more violent amongst themselves. They start with fighting each other. That's Armageddon. They start fighting with each other. Somebody should rise against others. And brothers and sisters. So as that's happening, right? China and they become superpowers. They devastate themselves in a war against Russia. So this cultivate. It says once forces goes down, we become a nation seeing the great army. We rise up. Here we go, sis. I'll never say that. So the point I'm trying to make here, brothers and sisters, pressure is increasing, about to hit boiling, fast, heat, more energy, Earth's more energized. And at the point that because they have simple structure, they can't take that pressure. Pressure comes too great for them and it crushes them. Us Europeans, remember? Yeah, we rise up. Hey, bro. Up here. Yeah, just not acting like I act. Oh, why is it doing that? And this. Okay, maybe this. Is that to that? That. Yeah, what's next? Hmm. Okay. Now. Okay. This defines everybody, process. Pretty much. Basics. That you didn't know before. No one explained this to you. You never seen this before. But now your eyes open. I mean, you got knowledge. You have knowledge, but you have no wisdom. You have no understanding. None. If you did, then you'd be able to use that key to open books, verses. Not, because you're still conflicted. Not giving 100%. Conflicted. Because he got so much energy. Suleiman, he had to give everything to do this. Nobody told him to do it. He had to do it. He do it because he felt people need it. He's like a man that by his comatose. See, the brain feels pain. Body doesn't feel pain. Your arms, you get burned. I don't feel that. Your brain that feels it. Brain that feels pain. All that crap about people doing everything out there, they don't feel the pain of it. Someone feels the pain of it. What I say, he was a sacrificial lamb. What I say about your brain feels the pain, and he's got to get that body moving. Okay, ready. Like I was saying, what I was trying to make here, bro, sister, it takes energy. Energy deprivation. It's a critical time in history. One of the greatest time in history. If you look at it, but it takes energy to maintain anything. It takes energy for breathe, to go to the bathroom, to walk, maintain land, whatever. You want to maintain rich land, and it takes more energy to do that. So energy deprivation, because that we lost control of our language, our land, everything. Everything. Unity, the whole works, all of it. It's the quality the devils gave it. Responsible for that. Torment and affliction. And terms. Who's told to submit to submission to their servitude, and not submission to rape and murder and those other things. Right? Okay. Like I said, we use every day to our advantage. So we never go into deprivation. You don't want to go through it. Some tribes say, hell, I can't do it. Broke away. So Mars, one came over here, turn white, try to offset that just as much as they could. It's that Holocaust. The vision, Abraham had a vision of horror. It was Holocaust. Holocaust. Okay, so how do we take this advantage? Okay. Now, and surely, but 50,000 years ago, right, was all. Then started, energy deprivation started, realized it in a more direct way. We started losing control over things. So I said, okay, well, how do we deal with this situation? We got to deal with it. How do we deal with it? We come out the best. Submission comes in, sitting in there and go to the Holocaust. We lost our land, lost all those things. So by not having those things, right, it minimized the Holocaust on us. We were holding those things. By taking them, so okay, we lose all those things. So now we're in a place, we lost our land, so we lost everything. Understand, we lost everything. We became divided against itself. Just moving around fast, so the engine moving around a little bit. And you got us. And we were worst of all. 'All. We worst of all. was taken from our land, so because we couldn't afford to be in the best part of planet Earth, South Africa, and so we couldn't afford anything. So even brought here, one of the worst part of planet Earth, and we still was divided. You know, no position. Well, we could handle the pressure, but we didn't have anything. The only thing that was allowed to us, any note, was the extent that we could have children. That's the reserved right for that. In case, like you had slave, raised slave, whatever. That's the only way the energy would come through you, because they control our quality. We better seed. Yeah. Comes into changing coal into diamonds. Great opposition, difficult it becomes. So, giving up our land, they come over here, worst part of the planet Earth, and being oppressed and hard, and I say the hard. Means lost everything. So the only thing that energy could come through, we control energy. We have a certain amount of energy. So the only thing is a better sperm. Captivity, because they're from London. That's a better sperm. You understand? Because that's the only way, that's the only thing we could justify in here. Say it that way. But the point is that, oh no, I didn't mean it that way. Actually, saying is that being here, we're still in this situation, we're still divided. I mean, if we stay in Africa, it would have been an even worse situation. And over here, because some more pressure, because we on the worst part of planet Earth, we carry that load, but we're still against each other. We got the devils there. They tell us, teach us to work, not to have a stable situation, not work positively, kind of stuff. They're enemy, open enemy. They give us all kinds of bad information so that they can maintain control of us. What happens here? That's what happens. Happens. Is that if America goes down, America goes down. The force holding us down. America goes down. We immediately come back together, because that's the only thing that we can do at that point. He's been approved. And we can do is the energy to come together. The only reason why he did it that way, the building is not ours, because that would be the sin of us to come together as a nation. Because we wouldn't become a nation yet, because we remember, with some energy, because we control this is a desert land here. This energy will not be controlled by anything. I said again, the point is that once the devils are gone, you will get energy, getting it, but now you have control of it. You understand? Because they have a power to control, but now they don't have it because they're gone. But then all your energy will be unity. That's how we'll do it. I'll be there to give you mind, to break. And that's what happened. It's holy. The mass farmer goes into action, you'll be told holy. Because you won't have any energy, anything. It's going to pull the plug. Pull the plug. And collapse. You understand, brothers and sisters? What's going on here? I'm not too groggy because I woof. Listen, I get so. Understand, brothers and sisters? So by us being here and we won't have anything, the energy, we increase the energy, we use the energy for unification. Because it takes energy to unify something, work together. So we take energy to come together. Create a sailing army. We had to be over here at that time to do it. Because it was over in the best part of the earth, maybe another 100 years before we was able to do that. You understand, brothers and sisters? You understand? Well, I can barely stay awake here, brothers. I got 24 hours. I got to get this information out. So, hope you understand this, brothers. So that's the fact. Being here. Then we come and see the great army, but we come and see the great army here. And that army's still here. It'll be a class that you've never seen before. Now I'm crashing in trouble. So mine's on when it'd be a stupid, crazy war. Well, we don't have anything else. Then our energy management will be towards unity. That's how we could be unified. Then we snatch the demons out because they're not going to respond the way we respond. They're really devils. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to get your overview here, pretty much. Your eyes over there. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. So therefore, we have to fight. Especially, right? They have to fight. Get out of here. They're doing it with those. Now, usually don't have fulcrum. With fulcrum, we have the pulse to move. So, so Pharaoh said, "Oh, we can't know." That's command. So we call God a liar. You got to see the promised land. You see this, go with tribulation. Do them double under you. Because we have extremely great. What was that word used? Extremely You understand, brothers and sisters? That's what's going on here. They're going to be crushed by the additional pressure. And China is going to come against them and finish them off. And his army going right. Period power. Discipline. Others. They're going to ignite it here. And then you have to go home and take it right back from the that's all right. Understand, brothers? And fall asleep over here. That's what's going on there. And we come together. But we couldn't come together at that point. At that point, Africa's also, I told you, Africa's going to come together during this war. They're going to come and split in two parts. How many? One for whatever the person's going to be. There's two parts. So that's the bear and Daniel. And they're going to end up going to war with the gin and the beast in India. They finally, right, us. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I have to close, brothers and sisters. This is really, ooh. So here you go here, in this situation, let me go. So they move around faster. They are less, that means more collisions. There's more war. They're constantly at war all the time. America's constantly at war time because the pressure is increasing, the heat is increasing, they move around faster and faster and faster. And there comes In other words, the devils, they move faster. We in history, we get banged through because we ain't stuck with it. China comes taking them out. Takes America out. Pressure. 1948. 1948 is when Star rose in the Middle East. East. The Star. With signals. Suleiman's conception date. Both conceived at the same time. You believe it, brother, says up to you. Can't go too much more detail, brother, sister, Alexa. Realize. Come down on me like this. I'm super. Well, Alex, I can't. I've been going 24/7, so what do I expect? We run out of time, bro, sister. So, that's it. Suleiman and the boy, they conceived at the same time. That's what started reviving East. And here's your savior, Farrakhan, right? Lonely girls and what he's doing. Sick. Maybe our sister has so much to talk about, but I'm not going to be able to do it. I'll get some more rest. Oops, what happened here? Yeah, I covered a few things. I'll show you. Temperature rises. That's what causes the devils to be. Because they're collisions. As they're weaker, there won't be collisions. Right behind it be China, India. Those will be taken down by the lamb. Or the lamb particularly. Well, we're not those sisters. So, work is going. We're about to go. Pause this going. So, revamp this and then close it. Oh. But I'm not again, brothers and sisters. Pressures right now, you see America's warlike. It'll get worse. Okay. Because they collide more. That's why they're about war. Mission may shed blood. Well, history. War, because there's a constant collision amongst themselves and everything else. And you see that as they're tearing such apart, that's Armageddon. And India emboldened, they come and take them out. The gold is left. Nation takes Lamb's Book of Life. If those go to tribulation, you see what I'm saying? Hold on here, bro. Okay? We'll do it, anyway. I guess I hope you understand it. So they're being crushed because pressure is too great. In China, India, same experience to some extent. That's when they're going to adapt. They saw they're going to go against us. We'll be wiped out. You understand, brothers and sisters? I'm going to have to close out and maybe finish up another time because I'm focusing about get more sleep, but I can't get more sleep. To do. Hey, brothers and sisters, my people are getting angry, more angry by the day. They just have to be focused. What's going to happen? Bottom line is Master Muhammad is getting ready to his move. Shia, they're going to take over the Middle East, America and Britain out. There's kind of economic collapse here. And as a result of that, you won't have the American dream will be gone. You won't have anything to hold on to. Your brains will be looking for information. Information they've been giving you has been wrong because false is, oh, that's wrong. Whole cornerstones, whole reality. That's going on. And then the economy collapses. Oh, after it's America. See? So the point is, that you're going home, brothers and sisters. So if you want to go home, somebody's going to go up. I'm going to tear some people behinds up, boy. Let me close out, brothers. I get more sleep than I can produce, and I can't get more sleep. And this information is going out because we at the precipice, brothers and sisters. Yeah. Don't know the exact time, but I know it's clear. I know it's near. There's no day or time, day an hour. There's no the week off. No, we're here. Because anybody can see. Precious building. And I wanted to talk more about that, but I wanted to be talking in detail, and I don't think I can do that right now. Because the thing is that everything they do, remember, the pressure's on them. The pressure's going to crush them. But they're going to do all kinds of things. They're still moving around fast and everything else. They got all these ideas, but none of them are going to work. They're going to try to talk the way out of it, by the way out of it, and nothing they do is going to work. Because the pressure is too great, it's going to crush them. Pressure is greater than they can. That's what caused death. When the pressure is greater than you can withstand, then it's crushed out of existence. They're about to be crushed out of existence. American Britain's about thrown out with them. And when American Britain's thrown out, here you come now. Because the thing is now, your first big unity is here. Because you can unify here because you have nothing else. First, your seed the value of seed was increased, right? Because that was only the way you could. They locked all the doors. They control your quality, so you had nothing. So whatever ends you got, right, was to maintain yourself as much as you could, and you produce sperm, then that means you produce the best of sperm you got. But they wouldn't allow energy enough anyway. So yeah, you improve. Now our people are gold. You can't see it, but I see it. It's had to be cleaned up. People are gold because they went to the Holocaust. See? Diamonds. Yes. So now, right? The next thing is the energy, right? Since we're here and this and everything else cut off, the only way you can is unity. So that's why you get the angel mind. Because everything comes from everything else. So we won't have those distractions. We won't have distractions. So therefore, boom. I see they have the same time. They're taken out. No longer vectorizing you, right? And therefore, the only energy, because American Dream is going, you got that, you got nothing else. The only thing you got is unity. That's how it will force you to take energy. It prophesies to the four winds. That way you be focused, because that's what we got to do. We got to get you focused on who you are. And that's a step towards that, in that direction. Okay, everything also, therefore, now, the only energy you have, the only you can use it for now is coming together in unity that you haven't had in forever. Now you have enough energy to do it, but you're here on some other land. You don't have anything else, so therefore that's my place to use. That brings you together. You understand that? So because he takes everything away from you, what energy you get, all you have left, you can do it for that. And for all kinds of reasons, basically just the mathematics, well, in other words, protection. That's how they don't get incentive, right? Give you an incentive to unify. Great army. See the great army. Then you start, as you get from then on, you start using that towards you get way home. That's why you don't abuse that energy. You start abusing it, you never get there. So the energy you get there, you got to totally focus on getting home. Totally. And you're not going to make it. I kept telling you, that's the way it works, brothers and sisters. You understand that? So, and you start, as you get more energy, you start applying it. And your energy now is applying towards moving towards home. And once you get home, then your energy will be towards taking over your land back. So it's a long haul for us. See, we start with nothing. The hard cost changes into something, and the transition, we transition to God. And then unity. Why it says that way in Scripture, that's where it will happen. Can't think of anything else, but I'm going to have to close that process. I want to talk some other things, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It's 2 sides of the brain. You're going to bypass that one right now. So briefly about this hatred, brothers and sisters. They've been at each other's throat for 1,000 years. Then what changed? What changed is Elijah Muhammad. I told you he's a powerful figure. And he said, it's true to Abraham, they had to change. So you put falsehoods there to honor that claim. He's using this force as a weapon. He's using his spear as a weapon. Spear, whatever. I forget what they call that. They hate each other. They still do. They're united against us. Understand that, brother? I don't think nothing. Okay, we're here talking about the sealed Bible book, right? That's what it's talking about. Right? The moon, so the light goes, it will not. When this light goes out, sealed Bible, and the angel goes on, the light will go out because it reflects the light, but it won't reflect that light. So we're going to have, said they're going to attack us. We're going to go into more detail today, brothers. Let it go, brothers. There's something I want to say, but I just can't remember what it is. Only people are the Arabs. I mentioned this. Remember, they're trying to drag you back 1,500 years? No industry, none of that stuff over there. They said, we're not Smith to Adam, they're the jinn, they of the jinn. It says, I heard the man clothed in linen was upon the waters of the rivers and held his right hand, his left hand in heaven, for him that live forever, ever shall be for times and a half, when he shall accomplish the gathering of power of the holy people. That's what just happened, brothers and sisters. That's what's happened. I'll bring it up number. Because the holy people are the Arabs. Syria was like the last one. Remember I told you the list of people? Syria was like, where to get to Iran. Holy people are talking about them, scattering them, because then Iran goes into action. So we're there now. With Syria gone, that's the primary. There's nothing else. The rest of them are just minor. It was the big one. It was to hold things together. That's why it's going to happen anytime now, bro. Anytime now. Scattering the holy people. Scattering the power of the holy people. It's broke Syria. Also that was all the rest of everybody's on the list was gone. Except Iran. Well, Bill says, I hope you understand that. There's no examples, brother. My son, the moon up in his light. In heaven, brother, sister.
One. And sign great was seen in the heaven, woman having been thrown about the sun, and the moon underneath seen of her, and upon the head of her crown of stars 12.
Oh, let it go, brothers and sisters. If you understand, maybe tomorrow, if I get some rest, I can go into more detail like I intended to. I have some things I want to talk about. Right, but anyway, if you understand pressure in this process, you understand the process. Pressure, which Europeans go down first, war, constant war, because pressure's temperature gets more collisions. And then will be China, India, and then will be Africa, and last one, us conflict between Africa, African brothers, and us, Esau. They didn't go, they're still ambidextrous. We went the gender route, right? So it was political and spatial. From the technical side, analytical. Minimize the spatial side. I want to explain that in more detail, but I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to go.